The purpose of this podcast is to educate and inform. It is no substitute for professional care by your doctor or your qualified healthcare professional. Never disregard or delay professional medical advice because of something you've heard on this podcast or in any linked material. Guests who speak on this podcast express their own opinions, experience, and conclusions. Dr. Shirley neither endorses nor opposes any particular opinion discussed on this podcast. The views expressed on this podcast have no relation to those of any academic, hospital, practice, institution, or other entity with which Dr. Shirley may be affiliated.
Welcome to Forever Fab, the podcast on fashion, the art of living, and all things beauty. This podcast is curated by Dr. Shirley Madeir, MD, as the definitive source of holistic wellness through beauty.
Welcome back to part 2 of the Forever Fab podcast with my fabulous guest, Missy Pool. Missy, you are clearly an advocate for women entrepreneurs. What does this look like for you, being an advocate for women entrepreneurs and helping other members of your tribe get ahead?
So I love to watch people succeed in what they are passionate about. I think women entrepreneurs have amazing ideas, and I love to help them with the operational side of it. And I also want to help them be empowered to make their decisions. So I love to be a sounding board. I love to be a guide. I'm not going to make the decisions for them. And because I can't be with them all the time. So I want to help inspire and encourage female entrepreneurs to go for it. I think one thing I find is that women sometimes wait until they feel like they're 150% prepared to do something, to raise their hand before they take that risk. And I love to help encourage people to take those risks and just go for what they believe in, because we also as females have incredible instinct and intuition. So if somebody believes in their idea and their thoughts, it's a reason for it. And so I want to help them go for it.
That's awesome. You also have a lot of business wisdom. I mean, you have been in business, in the business of fashion and retail for over 25 years. You're now in the business of tech. You have a lot to offer, a lot of knowledge that you can disseminate. If you can, what are the top sort of 3 characteristics you believe are necessary for female entrepreneurs to thrive in business? And there is a part B to the question. That's part A. 3 characteristics that you think are important, or if not necessary, but important for female entrepreneurs to have if they wish to thrive in business.
Yes. So I think number 1 would be have a vision and believe in that vision, feel that vision, and put all of your energy towards that vision. I believe that it's easy for us to doubt ourselves. So when have the confidence, the self-confidence and self-aware of one's strengths and opportunities. And sometimes as one grows in their career, we may not always get feedback from the people that we're looking for. So that we're looking for it from. So it's important to pay attention and be self-aware. And then also be an active listener. Listen to patterns, listen to the people that you work for, you work with, your clients. I think being an active listener is really critical to anyone's career growth and development.
Part B to this question is somewhat similar but different. What top 3 business practices do you believe are important for female entrepreneurs to have in order to succeed? Whether that's, systems or automation or whatever. 3 sort of business practices that you think are helpful.
It's a great question. So I think one thing is continue to be relevant with one's knowledge about what's happening in the world. We live in a global world. There are things happening all the time, whether it be technology evolution, political situations that are happening. There's things happening with the climate, but be very aware, always be up to date with current information. And even with social media marketing, there's so much understanding that piece of it. There's so much that changes quickly.
Yes.
And so being aware of that, I think, take classes. I take classes of things that are exciting to you. I just actually took a Harvard Business School course on preparing to be on a board, to be an executive director. It was an incredible course. And I met so many people, which is my next point would be networking.
Yes.
Networking, not only within your own organization, but outside of your organization, helps stay informed with one's industry. And I also serve on the board of the Madison Avenue BID, which is our business improvement district. And that helps keep me informed of what's happening in our community.
So getting involved with the community as a way to network or net play, if you will.
Yes, love net play. I love that, actually. Did you just make that up?
I didn't make it up. I think I got it from somebody else a long time ago. I heard it and it resonated. I thought, yeah, going someplace and then having to give out the perfunctory business card, it doesn't have to feel so heavy or so, demanding. Just go, be free, have fun with it.
Yes.
I probably had a little bit too much fun networking, and that's why a lot of people probably threw away my business card, but that's all right. I'm not for everybody. I'm just not.
Wait, have I told you about the QR code yet for your contact information?
No.
I'll send you the email on that. You can create a QR code that you can give to people and it goes right into your contacts.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Card.
And with the QR code, you just take a picture of it, right? I don't need like a special QR code reader or another app.
Nope, it just pops right in there.
I love that. Okay, that's your homework. Send it to me, please. You are a role model, right? You are a role model, period, end of story. What do you want to teach or instill in girls or young women coming up now?
I believe in yourself and know your superpower.
Ooh.
I think that I remember growing up and there was always the talent shows or what's your talent as an icebreaker. And I was always that question always created anxiety in me. I don't have a talent. I don't sing. I don't dance. I don't
play piano.
I don't hula hoop. I don't do any of that. So I had such doubt growing up. I said, what's wrong with me? But as I was trying to identify and become self-aware, one thing that stood out to me is, what do people always compliment you on? And listen to that. And that is really one's superpower, is what do you hear people say about you? I always got asked the question, were you a cheerleader in high school? And I was not either. I wasn't a cheerleader either. But so that was one thing that I listened to. I guess I had the positive, I had the energy. I am also a listener. Mm-hmm. And as I'm talking to a lot of people share things that other people say, I never knew that about them. So I became that just sounding board and that active listener, which helped guide me into leadership, as well as the consulting work that I was doing as well.
Absolutely. That is priceless. Know your superpower and know that you have a superpower. You may not think you have a talent, but you have a superpower.
Yes.
That's brilliant. I put a star next to that one, 2 stars actually. And speaking of superpowers, because you can do anything, right? Missy, you can do anything. I believe that. What would you say are your aspirations? Like, you've done so much. What's next for you?
Yeah, so I just want to be the best at what I do in my current role. And part of that is creating an environment where people love coming to work every day. And also, I want to help support my community in any way that I can. And that's why I serve on the board of the BID. And that's why I spend a lot of time just creating different volunteer events or volunteering in different ways. I love the City Harvest idea. So if there's something there, but so many organizations within our city that need support right now. And so I definitely want to be active. I want to help support those that may not have had the same opportunities that I've had in my life. I know the fortunate opportunities that I've had, and I want to give back to others that may not have had that. And I want people to feel seen. I think that is really important, that people know that they have the confidence to go for things that they never thought they could do in their lives.
That entire response is fire. That's why the sirens are going off. That's right. Fire. Girl, fire. Okay. Love.
Somehow you just made that connection. It's so funny. Crack me up.
We like to have fun here on the Forever Fat podcast. Yes. Okay, switching gears a little bit, because we know everything is related. But what do you do to de-stress? Do you have a well-being? I like to say well-being. Some people call it wellness routine. But do you have a wellness ritual or well-being routine that really just helps you to take yourself all in, drink yourself up?
Yes. I love to work out. So the basis of working out, I do meditate, I do my gratitude journal, but I also play hard. I work hard and I play hard.
I love it.
And one of the things I just love is being surrounded by super fun people that are like-minded, and I love to travel. I love to explore new places. And I know COVID has prevented a lot of that. And however, we found ways to get away safely. And whether it be local day trips. The other thing that I did that's really fun, and you'll have to come with me one time, is I joined a car club here in Manhattan.
What?
So yeah, the classic car club of Manhattan.
I know it.
I don't mean, have you gone?
I've never been, but we have to talk. There's a whole other connection that we have with the car thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. So you join the car club, and what do? You just
pick a car. You can pick a car for the weekend. And so I grew up with, I love these kind of things. I'm kind of a tomboy at heart. And I don't know what the current term what that would be for, actually, but
you've been gender fluid all your life. How about that?
Yes, I love trucks. They have a Hummer, they have a Bronco, but I also love sports cars. So one weekend I got the Porsche, and I drove the Porsche around, and so I'm in. It's much easier than having to maintain one car, and so I get to it's changing personalities through cars. So I love to do fun things like that.
I'm totally going to go on a drive with you. That would be amazing. Yes. Amazing.
Fun.
I don't know, Missy. I mean, you're successful. You are intelligent. You're beautiful. I think people can see that. You're fun. You have a great sense of humor. You work out. You travel. You meditate. There are a lot of fabulous men who listen to this podcast. I just want to say,
I am single.
I just want to say, I don't know if you want it, but someone's coming for you.
Oh, well, thank you for putting that out there.
If that's what you want, not that that's the be all end all necessarily,
yes,
but I'm just saying.
That is, as I mentioned, that's my time now is to focus on my, have a work-life balance and focus on my personal life. And I would love to meet a man that loves doing the same things that I do, and we can do it together. And also that would love to build something and I don't know what that is, but doing something that will leave the world better than we found it. Ooh. And I would love to do that with somebody that's super passionate about that too.
Your conscious coupling is coming.
My mother said that too. And whatever she says, it happens. I said, "Oh, did you just jinx me?" But no, I guess it's time for me to settle down. Yes.
Well, if your mother said it, then I said it. That's two. I mean, if there's one more person that even intimates it, then things come in threes.
It might be the year.
It may be the year. I'm just saying. Now, who has been, or frankly, what who or what has been an unexpected teacher in your life?
Unexpected. I thought
Yeah.
you were right. Okay, this is a good one.
I like this question. I don't even know if I could answer it.
You know what? You know what? I will say this.
Yeah.
It is, this is unexpected. My little brother.
Really?
Oh my gosh, he would laugh if he heard me say this, or when he hears me say this. My younger brother, throughout my life, has lived a life of, it's different than mine in that he didn't have to work as hard. And so, but, you know, and I was always envious that he lived the life that he did, playing golf. He was on golf tour and gets to play golf.
Yes.
Do his passion.
Yes.
And I realized that I'm doing my passion, where it's not about what other, you know, it's not about what you don't have or what other people are doing. It's about when you find you're doing what you love. And that's what he taught me.
Yeah.
And he taught me how to realize that what I'm doing is what I love. I can't imagine doing anything else.
That's fantastic. When he listens to this podcast, he's going to be like, what? Tell me one thing that most people do not know about you.
Oh, that I like to hibernate sometimes, and that I really like to just chill by myself and just hide out.
Yeah.
I feel like we all, as do you, give a lot of yourself to other people.
Yes.
And I just need some downtime to just hide.
Yeah.
People don't realize that I have quiet time, that I could be quiet.
Yeah. That resonates with me also. I very much understand that. And what is, let's say, your personal sort of skincare routine? Because when I met you, I was like, wow, her skin's glowing.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I do, my favorite product that I use is the rosehip oil.
You are not the only one. Isn't it oh my gosh, this is embarrassing that I don't know her name, but you know, the princess over there in the UK.
Kate?
Yes, thank you. Oh my, so sorry. So sorry, anyone listening in England, I apologize. Kate, yes. Kate.
Rosehip oil?
I think she uses rosehip oil, yeah. Okay, but anyway, but it's all about you. So tell me about rosehip oil.
No,
and how you found it.
It's a very dear friend of mine introduced me to it several years ago, and I just use it every day. I just put it on. It makes my skin feel, it gives a little bit of a shine, and it especially during now when it's very cold and dry, and
exactly.
I love it. It's all I really put on, and I do some moisturizer if I'm going out, but
yeah,
we need a lot right now with our masks.
This is true. But I was going to say, I am a huge advocate of facial oils. And I know people are like, oh my God, it's going to clog up your pores. No way. I think it helps to prevent sort of evaporative moisture loss and water loss from your skin. And depending on which essential oil, if it's really, you know, refined and intentionally chosen for its ingredients, it could have tremendous benefits. So I'm a huge advocate of the face oil thing too.
Good to know. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm an expert. I appreciate that.
And what's your favorite fashion item? That was your favorite beauty item. What's your favorite fashion item?
My favorite fashion item. Oh, my little investment that I treated myself with is the Lady Dior bag.
Ooh, that is just an iconic, legendary classic. Which one?
With the Swarovski.
Oh boy, did you splurge. I love it. You blinged out, Missy.
I know. It's so bad.
It's so good.
So bad, but
good.
It's, I guess I'll have it forever. And that is one thing that handbags do increase in value, right?
Yes, this is true. Don't try to justify it, girl. It's okay. You did it.
But I do a high-low. I have to say also recently just bought a sequin dress from Zara that I love.
There you go.
So it's
high-low, wabi-sabi, mix and match. I'm all about it.
Yes.
Brilliant. Now, these questions are similar, but still a little different. So see if you can sort of discern them for me. I know you mentioned you love rosehip oil, but what is the one beauty product you absolutely cannot be without? And it could be oil, but the one you cannot do without. You're leaving the house, you're going on a trip, you forget your toiletry bag, but at least you have what?
my MAC foundation.
Oh, there you go. Et voila.
Yes, my Mac foundation.
C'est tout, c'est fini. The foundation is the foundation.
Yes.
Similarly, what is the one go-to fashion item that you must absolutely have in your wardrobe? Or you're going on a trip, you packed everything except this, and you are not happy. What is it?
My black jeans.
Okay. There you go. Et voilà. C'est tout, c'est fini. Foundation, black jeans. You need nothing else.
Simple. Pretty simple. Basic.
Oh my goodness. Missy, I am sad to say that we're at the last question. I cannot believe it. We're at the last question. What a beautiful time I have had with you. I hope you've had a nice time as well.
Beyond. Thank you so much.
So the last question is the signature question of this podcast. It's the Fab Five. What are your top 5 recommendations for living a beautiful, fabulous, and connected life? I will write these down.
Yes. So let me put these together. I think number 1 is to be self-aware and know who you are and know your superpower, know what you want to be known for.
Okay.
And number 2, I would say see your health professionals.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important to regularly see them. As I mentioned, my situation, I think early detection on anything is so important to live that beautiful life.
Yes.
And take care of yourself. I think with that, number 3 would be to find a way to get some sort of exercise in, and whether it be walking across Central Park or walking a few blocks before the taxi drops you off.
Yes.
It's as easy as that.
Yep.
I think, the other thing that's really important is have a dream.
Oh, yeah.
And while you may feel like you've achieved your goals and thinking about what's next, there are always things to strive for. And I think knowing your dream and having a dream helps everything that you do in life lead to that.
Fabulous. And number 5.
Yes. And number 5 would be kind.
Yes.
Be kind to your loved ones, but be kind to people that you don't know. Be kind to strangers, and just look at people in the eye and smile. Once we take these masks off, or even with the mask on, you can tell when people are smiling anyways. So just be a kind, authentic human.
Wonderful. Missy, I don't even know what to say. That was just fantastic. That was fantastic. And I am sure the listeners will feel the same way. Thank you so much for your time, your energy, your expertise, your insights, your excitement, your knowledge. And thank you for sharing all of that on this podcast, on the Forever Fab podcast today.
Thank you so much for the honor. Thank you for caring. Thank you for allowing me to share and being so lovely and warm and open. And like I said, your energy is so beautiful. And I think the world is lucky to have you be doing this and sharing and inspiring so many people in the world.
Thank you so very much, Missy. I will take that to heart. This brings us to our closure of this week's episode of the Forever Fab podcast with my guest, Missy Pool. As always, stay fabulous inside and out. As always, if you like this episode of the Forever Fab podcast, please share it and subscribe to the feed. Listen to past episodes or check out who's coming up next on foreverfabpodcast.com. If you enjoy listening to the Forever Fab podcast, get more audio and visuals with a membership through Patreon. Choose the gold, platinum, or diamond tier for premium added content, special co-hosts, lifestyle videos, branded merchandise, and private access to my clubhouse by visiting patreon.com/foreverfab. If you are a founder or represent a beauty brand and want to be featured on an episode of the Forever Fab podcast segment of 15 Minutes of Fab, send me your stuff. Visit foreverfabpodcast.com and fill out the contact form if you'd like to be a guest or wish to have your product featured. For general holistic beauty tips or to set up an appointment with me to discuss your personalized options for leveling up your beauty, go to elementsandgraces.com and sign up for my newsletter. And for an online e-consultation on time, anytime on your time, visit clicklift.com for your wellness, plastic surgery, and beauty questions on the go. That's clicklift, click-lift.com. Finally, if you don't want to go anywhere or leave your home, look out for Jet Set Beauty RX, offering mobile aesthetic medical services such as injectable fillers and multivitamin facial treatments in a mobile aesthetic unit. Jet Set Beauty RX is coming to your neighborhood soon. Check out the offerings at jetsetbeautyrx.com. Thank you for listening to this week's Forever Fab podcast episode. Until next time, stay beautiful inside and out.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Forever Fab, the podcast on fashion, the art of living, and all things beauty, curated by Dr. Shirley Madej, MD. Live beautifully and help make the world a more beautiful place.